Today we're talking about sports injuries in children and teens, and we have two special guests with a great background. I'd like to welcome to the show Dr. Rush and Dr. Reed. Dr. Rush is a pediatric orthopedic surgeon with Wolfson and Nemours, and Dr. Reed is a specialist with pediatric sports medicine with Nemours. Gentlemen, welcome to River City Live, and this is the perfect time. Kids are back at school, but also fall sports are in full swing, and I know as a parent, I'll tell you, it's really hard to navigate this when your child is, playing through pain or has an injury and how to diagnose that kind of stuff. So I have a bunch of questions for you, and I will be taking notes with this. So the first one, what are some common fall sports injuries in children and teens?
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you for having us on today. The two most common fall sports that we're seeing get going right now are soccer and football. Those are probably our two biggest. So when it comes to football, a lot of knee injuries, ACL injuries, patella dislocations, shoulder injuries and shoulder dislocations are also really, really common with football. And then the other thing that we always keep an eye out for is concussion and heat illness as well, especially at the beginning of the season, when you have athletes coming back from summer break. Maybe they haven't been conditioning, they haven't been practicing and staying in shape. Soccer is the other big sport that's really getting kicked off right now. And with soccer, we see a lot of ankle injuries, ankle sprains, ankle fractures, and knee injuries like ACL injuries as well. Here at Nemours and at Wolfson Children's, a big part of what we do is also treating fractures. So in our younger athletes, we really see an uptick in fractures and broken bones when kids go back to sports as well.
Now, what about prevention? What are some things that we can do to prevent these type of injuries, kind of be proactive with them? Dr. Reed, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think, as far as trying to prevent these injuries that are going to occur in sports, a couple of things to think about. Probably one of the most important ones, a pre-participation physical, where every year athletes need to get with their healthcare providers to actually kind of go over the previous year, any previous injuries, and to kind of look at their medical history to see if anything that's going on that might affect them in sports. So number one, a pre-participation physical should be done every year. Another thing to look into, proper equipment. So, obviously sports like football and baseball, wearing proper helmets to prevent head injuries is also important. Just proper gear, proper padding when you're playing sports is also important. So having the proper equipment before you play your sports is also important. And regarding helmets, skateboarding, scootering, also you need to have helmets when you're participating in those kind of sports. So those are just some important things to look at as far as when you're playing sports.
One of the things I want to ask too, you're talking about, kind of like a physical or a pre-screening. As a parent, where should we take our children for that? Because a lot of times they are growing. They might have, some ligaments or things like that, like Osgood Slaughters, things of that nature. Where should we take our children to get that assessment to kind of get cleared to play a sport? Because a lot of times your general pediatrician, they don't necessarily have the skill set for that. So what do you recommend in that case?
So I think the general pediatricians, a child's primary care manager, their pediatrician is often one of the best people to do that pre-participation physical exam. Oftentimes for a young kid, that may be the only time they see a doctor during the year. So it's not only an opportunity to make sure that you're not missing any injuries or illnesses that might limit their ability to play a sport, but you can also do some preventative stuff. You can talk about wearing a helmet when you ride a bike, or wearing seatbelts when you are driving, or other, kind of safe behaviors. So I think first and foremost, their pediatrician or family doc is a great resource. Now, obviously, some of the kids in our community may not have access to their pediatrician or may not have access to a family practice doc. That's where the team physician for a high school can be helpful. Dr. Reed and I are both involved with the Jacksonville Sports Medicine program. And a big part of that is facilitating team doctors and team physicians. So a lot of times they can also perform that pre-participation physical exam. So there's a lot of different avenues. I think the important thing is making sure you get it done, making sure it's done well, and that you're not missing any of those illnesses that could, show up during the season.
Absolutely. And, unfortunately, we're running out of time, and I'm sure there's so much more that we could cover Basically, it's just the tip of the iceberg right here. But I want to make sure that our viewers have your information so they can contact. So if you'd like to learn more, you can give them a call at 904-697-3600. Dr. Rush, Dr. Reed, thank you so much for your time and all your information. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stick around, more to come right after this.